So I revisited the criteria with perspective, and I made sure that he knew what was non-negotiable. Now I pray that he didn't put a list of guys' name in a bag and pull out one like a lucky dip. But if he did, hopefully I get lucky.
Perspectives Media.
So he did pick some names from my bag, yeah? How are you, Amali?
What does that mean?
Well, I went over the criteria with perspective, to make sure that he crossed all my T's, dotted all my I's. And I said, I hope I got lucky, like a lucky dip. So you're a lucky pick. You're a lucky pick from his lucky dip. Have a seat.
So good.
Of all the names that came out first from the bag, we have Amali. Let's see how this goes. Want to start with a cheers?
Cheers.
How are you? We're familiar with each other, so no need for...
In more ways than one.
In more ways than one. In more ways than two, actually. So how are you? I'm good. Long time no see.
Yeah, she was blushing. That's expected, that effect on women.
I'm familiar with Amali, so perspective. Choosing him for the date, actually it wasn't a bad choice. It wasn't a bad choice. So I did actually. I did miss you. I did.
Okay.
So perspective told you who you were going on the date with?
He did not actually.
And I'm guessing that you're excited to see that it's me.
If you want to call it that, yes.
You told me how you were? You said you were good or bad or whatever?
No, I didn't actually. Yeah.
So tell me how you are.
I'm doing very well. Can't complain.
How's business?
It's okay.
It's okay? Alright, that's nice.
It's not bad. What about you? How's work?
Work is good. Work is good. No complaints. Love my job.
Really?
I do. I do.
That's very good.
Especially in this day and
You
age.
don't hear that often.
You don't hear that often, so I'm proud and happy to have a job that I love doing. So, no need for icebreakers. Let's jump right into it.
So you look at the husband.
Why? It's true. You know how old I am?
Yes.
You do know how old. I think that at this stage, especially coming off of my last date, that maybe I'm in that space in my life where dating with intention is needed. Not that I didn't date with intention before.
You did that.
I did. I had my non-negotiables. I did. I feel like after some trial and error, I'm in a stage in my life where I am dating with intention. There must be a reason why I dress up and give you the time of day to have a conversation with me about why you want to be in my life. I would like to be married. I want to be married on a Friday morning in Nevis. That's non-negotiable. I should have put it in my criteria that I sent to perspective.
It was a secret, no?
Maybe to you it was a secret, but it wasn't a secret to me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Go on.
Is there something that you have to tell me? No? Okay, cool.
Nothing I've not said before.
Nothing. Mr. Perspective. You pulled his name from a bag, a paper bag. A paper bag.
So go ahead.
Yes. So I'm dating with intention, and in passing I would have mentioned something like that to Perspective, and he said, you know what? I think it would be good to, set me up on a blind date. So he's setting me up on some blind dates and see how they go.
And you gave him the criteria?
Yes, I did.
And based on what you gave him, you thought that I'd be a good fit. And put my name in his brown bag.
Put your name in his brown bag. Left to see, but I'm optimistic. So, what are some of your non-negotiables?
Wow. Jumping the deep end here, bro.
The deep end. I could ask you what your favorite color is and what type of food you like, but I'm gonna go with black and maybe maybe what kind of food you like? You look like a local food type guy, like you enjoy a cook up a goat water. No? Knife and fork, Indian. I like Indian too. I like Indian too. Maybe our second date should be
barbecue.
Barbecue.
Not grilled food.
Not grilled, barbecued.
Traditional.
And there's a difference.
Traditional ribs on the grill for
ribs
8
on the grill
hours.
for 8 hours. Okay, nice. We have that in common. So, I'll sit up. So, now that you're here and we're going on a date, I'll talk about my non-negotiables for the people viewing so that they know. You know what I told Perspective that he didn't follow. Not to say that he didn't follow. Right? Things like honesty, trustworthiness, consideration, tall men, dark skin, beautiful eyes. I love your eyes.
So you put dark skin in the bag and he called me? So
what I'm saying
he was
is...
listening. Yeah. That's just talk. And it's okay to have a preference, but life don't work like that. Sometimes you laugh at something in front of you and you're like, eat it up. And I would love for to eat me.
I don't think he was listening. I think while I was talking to him, he just was like, you know what? Yeah, whatever Jackie said.
So you sent me on a which one?
Again.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So, am I somebody that you think you'll be interested in, considering that you've known me for some time?
I was going to ask if you mean like if I didn't know you.
Okay, if you didn't know me and you saw me from a distance.
100%.
100. What about me?
I like you're here.
Thanks.
I really appreciate being a woman with her own hair. They're few and far in between these days, and when I do see it, it's a breath of fresh air.
Amali loves me, What else?
You mean if I saw you as you are now?
As I am. If you walked in and you didn't know it was me, you didn't know me.
Okay, the makeup isn't overdone. I like that.
Okay, I did it myself.
Congrats. The lipstick is on point. Hair is lovely. Nails on point. The dress is fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Have you seen my heels?
Quite nice.
Okay, and my earrings, I went with a beige green lip because I said, it can't get much worse than my first date, so I'll elevate it up a notch.
And your first date was with who?
Perspective, himself.
The guy that's recording?
The guy that's recording that could possibly turn the cameras off and say, you know what? Fired.
Oh, wow.
But honesty is the policy. The best policy.
It is not.
Okay, fine. So, now that you know me, you've known me for some time, would you date me? You heard me? Like, you know me, we've been familiar with each other enough. Would you date me?
I don't understand the question.
You know me to a certain extent. Would you date me?
Not following.
Anyways, on to our next topic.
Thank you.
All right. If you know Amali, Amali is very layered like an onion. You have to peel back. You never know what you're getting with your Amali, but what you do know you're getting is the truth every time. So what do you like to do? You have a bar. You can start there.
So you assume I like to work at bars? I don't.
I assume that you like the food and beverage industry.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
What I like to do? I like to my daily routine has me on the road all day, Monday to Saturday. So I really enjoy, what's the word?
Quiet moments, still moments.
You know, when you get home and you decompress,
Yes.
the lights are off and the blackout curtains are drawn, the AC is on.
Blasting.
Yeah, with the fan on as well for razzle dazzle. And
It's raining outside.
And you have good food and the big TV and Netflix.
Yeah. You pop something quick into the microwave and
That's my element.
that's your element? Okay.
I think about it all day.
Same. Because I work a lot, and I'm from one task, one job, one thing to the next. I enjoy my quiet moments. I enjoy shutting out the world and having my space, having my peace, and enjoying my own company. Sometimes once I'm home, I will go hours without saying a single word, and I love that. Because much of what I do require me to speak. Yeah.
But apart from that, I enjoy cooking.
Remember that time I cooked for you?
The goat water?
Yeah, the goat water.
Twice.
Yeah, twice I cooked your goat water. Yes.
It's very nice.
Very nice, right? Two times I cooked goat water for Amali, and he wanted potatoes instead of breadfruit. No, he wanted breadfruit instead of potatoes. And I did that for him, you know. I'll meet what you want. All right. Remember the time you cooked me swordfish? And I remember the swordfish. All I remember is that the swordfish was really good with the okras. Remember? So one of my first dates with Amali, he brought me to his house. He cooked swordfish. I don't remember what the other thing was, but okras, and it was really good. Pre-COVID. Just to give you a timestamp. Amali can cook, you know. I enjoy the food.
I haven't been doing much cooking lately because I'm so tired in the afternoon, and so I really look forward to doing nothing on the weekend.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
But in terms of what I love doing, I think I'm going out of the after the out phase. Well, I have gone out of it, and now I really enjoy like house lines, yard lines with friends.
Yeah, after it's finished, you go close your door and you're 2 seconds from your bed.
Doesn't have to be in my house or my yard, but I really lean towards the lines by either my house or my friend's house, my friend's backyard, and all us put together, buy a couple bottles of rum and put something on the grill, and we just chat shit, and those are the moments I savor these days.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to all the parties, I've been to all the fests.
Yeah.
I've had all the fests.
I hear that. So for the ladies looking on, should this union not metastasize? You've heard everything that he has to offer. I hope you guys were holding your hold your pen and paper to take notes for Mr. Mali, just in case this doesn't work out.
Probably won't.
It probably won't. Okay, probably won't. All right, so that deserves a gold for point.
Take your time.
Would you prefer if I choke on it?
No, of course not.
Of course not. Okay, just making
That would
sure.
really inconvenience my day.
Okay. Actually, don't have a comeback for that. The first.
Okay.
The first. Fine. All right. So, I know that you have a child. Do you plan on having more children? Do you plan on being married? I hope to be married.
When?
At some point, when I find a guy willing to marry me, and I'm willing to risk it with him.
So it's a risk?
It's a risk. Relationships are risks.
Okay.
You get one life, you get one chance at this. You're only a certain age for 365 days, and I could possibly miss out on, my own success, my own journey, joining it with somebody else. So if I am going to risk that, then the person has to be worth the risk.
Risk your success and risk your journey by being with somebody?
Yeah.
Then you pick the wrong person.
What I am saying is, right, the person has to be worth the risk of the what if. Meaning, while I'm with them, I'm not wondering what I could have been doing had I not been with them.
That's only like a personal thing.
I think everybody should have some form of understanding like that when you date someone or you plan on marrying someone, going all in with someone, house, land, car, assets, children.
But to me, if you already made a decision to marry someone, you would have already passed all of that thinking.
So you think people change all the time. Sometimes the person that you start dating or you marry the first time around isn't the person that they turn out to be, and you have to prepare for that because persons aren't the same. Circumstances make us who I am. Circumstances make us who we are, and as such, different people go through different phases of their life, and sometimes they just simply change their mind, right? So I have to make sure that since I only get this one chance at it, that I am giving that person the right chance.
Don't you think you've had several chances?
I have had several chances.
Okay. So do you think it's fair to the person that you are going to marry next to put all the pressure on them?
They know it going in.
Okay.
And it's pressure. Just like the possibilities of all that could possibly go wrong. Hence, the risk factor comes in. You own a business.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of risk in having a business.
Isn't there more pressure as you get older in age? Because you feel at that point more than when you're 25?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily at 25.
So there's no more pressure to get it right at 30 than there is at 25?
I don't think so. I think from the time a person mature enough to understand that I'm going to date someone. I mean, apart from those like puppy love stuff in high school, when you start to date someone at any age, because you could be married anywhere between 18 and 99. So at any age, you should understand the time that you have with this person should be an asset and of value to both parties.
And I agree. But when you're 35 and childless, isn't there more pressure on you to get it right this time as opposed to 10 years ago? That's all I'm asking. Yes. I'm not saying there's no risk ever.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I don't want to rate the risk as a matter of lesser or more risk.
Yeah, there's risk across the board.
Yes. Ladies, weigh the risk of the person you are going to procreate or build a life with. That's all I'm saying.
Jackie is kind of downplaying how she really feels about that, because I could tell you that 10 years ago, we were having a conversation about risk factor. But I feel that she's approaching, So now more than ever, making the right choice is more important. Okay, so we're in agreement.
My face is getting hot.
Why?
I don't know.
Is it the wine when it's making you blushful?
Am I blushing?
It sounds like you're blushing.
I sound like I'm blushing? Okay, maybe I am.
So what's more of the non-negotiables? So he has to be dark.
He doesn't have to be dark.
So we failed from the line, from the
He doesn't have to be dark. He doesn't have to be dark.
But it's a preference.
It's a preference. Like, as mentioned in my date number 1, black, white, Indian, Chinese, any particular.
Once is a good guy.
Once is a good guy. Once is a good guy.
You like good guys?
I love good men. Quiet men that are good.
Okay.
Do you have a comment on that, or just a general question?
A lot of girls don't, so I'm just asking if you're really actually into good guys.
Okay, so tell me about a lot of girls don't like good guys. Tell me about that part.
You find that a lot of women tend to lean towards the mysterious guy, the guy that has them questioning. I'm not saying all women, obviously. There are some women that
date with intention.
Yeah, it's not even about intention really. It's just about, I guess it goes back to how you're raised and what kind of trauma you experienced growing up.
That is true.
And people respond to certain things. But most guys like the bad guy. And when I say bad boy, I don't necessarily mean
Gunman.
a gunman, but the guy who keeps them on their toes.
Every time.
As opposed to a guy that's just, like
Sweet.
laid back and sweet, and those guys often get treated really poorly.
My comment to that is, every pan have the cover, right? And if you know that you're stereotypically a good guy, and you target a certain female, right? And that certain female is a popular one in the 1% of men that the 90% of women fight for. You are already entering into a challenging battle. I don't want to say a losing battle, right? But a challenging battle. Coming up against, dare I say again, the flashy cars, the assets, dress nice, stuff like that. A guy that is confident, looks good, tall, all the features, People think that I love the road. Granted, I belong to the streets of a gated community. Nevertheless, when the cameras cut and the lights turn off, I prefer silence. If you're coming up against that, then you have to know what you're getting into. And I'm not saying that you, as the nice guy, isn't handsome, isn't tall. Maybe where you fall short that keeps you out of the 1% is your confidence, or your group of friends, or your charisma. Your ability to have a social network. Because sometimes guys, the uglier man, the social network is what keeping them up, you hear?
But you do find that in more situations, girls tend to, and you could ask 100 girls, like way before, like a bad boy. And when I said bad, I mean like gangster that been this there, talking about a boy that you can't control, you don't always hear a yes man. He's a bit rough around the edges, but still know to be soft. If I ask them, they will tell you why. I want a man not too nice. I want a man who's going to still put me in my place and tell me what is what and is able to lead effectively, etc., etc., etc.
I don't know what Amali is talking about women like bad men. I think that women see the potential in men and they see them for what they could be, not always what they are, but for what they could be. And really and truly, that's not a good quality in women. So women, let's build on that, because it's not working out for us. Nothing upon them, let me tell you.
But they got the
girls. Yeah. And sometimes it's what they're part of. If you're in a band, you got the girls. He's a footballer, athlete, You got the girls, and there's a particular guy in mind.
It's so like she want a football man. And if that's the case, then we ain't got to carry this no further. Because she really dwelled hard. And she even made reference to a particular footballer, and she said, me and call her name. So, maybe she want an athlete. And that just goes to show that his social currency is a real thing.
He got the girls.
Yeah.
And his football keeping him afloat. Right? So.
And it's human nature. People like to be adjacent to success.
Yeah.
Whether it's sports, whether it's your social value. There's people just like to be, parallel to value.
Parallel to value.
It's human nature, and it goes for men and women too. I mean, men want to be surrounded by other men that can add value and teach them something and elevate them. And the same thing for women. Right? Women want to be around guys that are successful at doing something for themselves. Most times. Obviously, there are some girls that, fall in love with a bum, but, it's not common.
So, back to the nice guy. If you're going to judge your value on an external force, and that force being what looks popular and flashy from other guys, then you're always going to come up short. Because just like how they're good men, and they're good women. And I think everybody is good given context, right? But when we're speaking from a stereotypical point of view, good men, find yourself a good woman. And also dating like I'm doing, this is date number 2. Dating, like you don't jump head first into every person that you speak
We're
to.
talking to the camera.
I'm talking to the camera because there's somebody that might be viewing that, might.
Yeah,
I'm
but
preaching.
on a date.
Fine.
She thought she was doing an interview because she talking to me, responding to my questions, but watching the camera. I'm just like, yo, like, here. We're here.
Sorry for being distracted, guys. Let's blame it on the wine. I was speaking directly to the good men. If you're out there, I'm a good girl. In the event this don't work out.
Okay, I listen.
Yeah. It's no secret that Amalia and I are very familiar with each other. We are friends now, or acquaintances. Where are we? On the spectrum.
There's somebody I know.
Just somebody you know. Okay, cool. Cool. That's alright. That works too.
Okay.
Here I am thinking that you're my acquaintance.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm listening, please.
You listening?
Yeah.
What has been your best date ever? Or what is a good date for you? Is like this a good date? Setup? What's your idea of a good date?
A good meal. Dimly lit. Followed by several drinks.
Several drinks. I don't enjoy alcohol.
That's fine.
So cranberry juice, apple juice, orange juice, just drinks.
Because over drinks, things come out and conversation gets interesting and it sparks and thing. Alcohol or not, it doesn't have to be alcohol.
Okay.
But just that time, that downtime after you sit down and eat, where the waitress, waiter just bringing drinks to whether it's orange juice or margarita, and you're chopping it up. I love conversation.
Okay, same.
Right? We're talking about first date or date in general?
Date? Well, let's go first date. For me, as I've mentioned before, my other date, a good first date for me is anything that I can speak to the person, I can see their mannerism, their charisma, how they handle just being out in public with me. I am very, I gesture a lot, I speak loudly, I'm a familiar face that people walk up to often, so how they handle persons saying, hi Jacynthia, hey Jacynthia, stuff like that, and me seeing what his social currency is as well. Not that it matters.
I just want to ask that.
That if social currency matters?
What does that mean to you? If you were to go on a date with a guy who has a very high or valuable social currency, so you just mentioned that, you'd go out and people would approach you, hey Jackie, how would you respond to somebody who
has an even higher
social currency than you?
So for somebody that has a higher social currency than me, and even me, if I'm going out on a date with a guy, I would choose places where the footfall is low. Just a few people are passing in that may or may not know me, so that I can hi and they understand what's happening, so that they're not like encroaching on the date, right? So that's good for me. If it's a guy who, I would hope that he would do the same for me, because I don't envision, or I have not in a long time asked a guy out on a date. So for the dates that I have not for a long time asked a guy out on a date.
She said it again. Essential. What don't you say in Parliament? When the Prime Minister, when he was opposition, sorry, I am leaving.
I am leaving.
Let's go, fellas.
Okay, so for the time that I did ask you out on a date, that was nuanced. However, prior to that moment, I had not asked a guy out on a date for some time. But for times that I've been out on a date, they have asked. So many a times I've gone out and they have zero plan. Where you taking me? No clue. We just drive in and see. Okay, cool, that's fine. I'm down for spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
Spontaneity? Thank you so much.
AET.
spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
I'm down for anything, almost anything. Let me just correct myself. And you know, zero planning, zero direction, just pack up somewhere. That's not a date. That's not a date. Let's
pack up somewhere and do it.
Just talk.
Some of my best dates have been that.
Yeah, not the first one. Not the first one going in. Yeah. Not the first one going in. If we're dating, then we could pack up somewhere nice. But if we're just meeting up.
What if he has other things organized? Like it's pick you up and pack up somewhere, but there's a cooler with drinks in the trunk.
Oh yes, that's nice. That's thought. That's planning.
Some cheese sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Some KFC in a bucket. Okay.
Yeah, that's nice. I could handle that. That's something that I would appreciate, especially as a planner. Somebody who, you know, so I appreciate the effort you put into curating the space that we are going to be sharing.
Okay.
That's fair, right? Okay. Yeah, so that for me is cool. I like knife and fork, but I feel like a dinner date could be like maybe third date, fourth date, and you know, every time after that.
So but first could be less intense.
Less intense, something casual.
Okay.
Something casual where, especially if I'm meeting someone for the first time and we're going to a dinner and then we went out to dinner at a restaurant and the waiter is passing, so you lower your voice at certain topics, lean in for certain topics, you know, simply because you don't want the surrounding persons to know. You know, on a different date, that's just us without so many moving parts, works a lot better. So you can say things comfortably and not be intimidated by the persons around you.
Are you in a bar?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
It's a little sparkle in your eye. Yeah?
Can we have some more wine?
Let's talk physical features. What are some physical features that you enjoy? Because I think you have a type. So what are some physical features that you...
People always tell me that.
You have a type.
Yet. Oh no, I don't maybe out myself in public. like people often come to me and say that, yo, Anal, you got a type and thing, but I don't think so.
You have a type. You have a type. Don't let Amali fool you. Amali has a type.
So I don't have a type, specifically. I like all women, once they're fat. Yet, I've dated a vast range.
Section?
Except fat girls, but...
What's up with fat girls? And at what point is a girl fat? Like...
You'd have to show me a chart.
A chart, oh.
Because people carry weight differently. Because a girl who's 150 compared to another girl who's 150 can look totally different.
That is true.
Right? So I don't think it's about weight. Well, after it gets to a certain point, it's about weight. Right? But you'd have to show me a chart and I could indicate and illustrate. But we don't have a chart, so we could skip over that.
Perspective, if you could put a chart up on the screen, that would be nice.
Yeah, so I can point.
Okay.
Aye. Yeah. You're on a good way. Eyelashes, are you looking boys? No?
You want to go on a date with her?
Right after this.
Wait after this? Okay, nice. Not him out on a date with me and already attracting other women to go out on dates with. Like, save that for a message after the date.
One word of advice to the producers of this show is that if you want me to focus on who in front of me, you can come in a place and the staff and tend to. Because like Marshall said, I can only drive one car at a time. I still want to.
Right, so...
But physical features, I would tell you what my preferences are, because if I just go on what I don't like, it would seem like I'm... Because of how I speak. I am a misogynist, but it would seem like... Yeah.
Dare I say, I've collected 2 red flags in a row First date, second date. Do with that what you must.
It would seem like I'm bashing particular types of women, and I'm not. People are into what they're into, and I'm into what I'm into, and and it's unapologetic. I don't.
Okay.
Right? So I would prefer a lady who is above 5'4" in terms of height.
Okay.
Okay. 160 and less on the scale.
Okay.
My preference is, your natural hair. And when I say natural hair, it doesn't have to be like natural as in like no relaxer, but your own hair.
Okay.
Your personal hair.
Yes, the one that grows from your scalp.
That is correct.
At any length.
Any length. I've dated girls who have hair that's shorter than mine. And I've also dated ladies who have the hair down to their bum and it's their hair. So
okay.
It doesn't matter really. But I do understand and appreciate that in today's society, that's something you can't really escape. The week's doing it right now, and it's just I either have to adapt or die.
I've heard men for the longest say that they prefer. And then with all that preference, they still, even after dating the girl with their preference, they still eye and entertain girls very far outside of that preference. Like, I like a girl with natural hair.
It's called sport.
And it's sport.
It is sport.
So we're fish at this point. You're just...
If you want to compare yourself to an animal, those are your words. I didn't say that.
In reference to there's more fish in the sea, is what I mean.
No.
Okay.
Do you agree that typically, and I would even go as far as to say at least 90% of the time, that the men are the pursuers of the other sex?
Yes.
Okay.
And no. As I'm realizing that a younger generation of women are very much doing the pursuing, they are doing the hunt.
But is it the vast majority?
I'm not sure. I have to look at the statistics.
No, it's not.
Okay.
So, and ever since we were young, ever since we were in primary school, high school, and so, the guys were the ones who would have to shoot the shot, as people would say. So, historically speaking, we have been the ones to approach you and to pursue you and to act in such a way that we can keep you. Act in such a way that we appear to be the better choice compared to the other suitors, etc., etc.
So I don't want to cut you off, but you are fine with meeting a lady and she's saying that, there's some other guys that I'm speaking with, and you're not intimidated by that.
Any man who meets a woman and is intimidated by the fact that other guys are talking to her, something wrong with them.
Something wrong with them, for real.
Like Shane did.
And if you are attracted to her, best believe
that there are 67 other guys that are.
67, 68.
So you have to prove yourself worthy and get to the front of the line.
Do you feel like you're the prize?
Yes.
Okay.
The answer is, I was only yes. Because any woman that dates me, she's going to be elevated. And if I'm doing the elevating, I'm the prize.
You also have the lady as the prize? Are you both prizes, or you are the ultimate, the prize to you?
Depends on what kind of woman she is. But all women aren't a prize.
All women are not a prize.
Not all men aren't the prize either.
I don't have a problem with a man thinking that he's the prize. But understand that a woman is the prize too, and you're not, and a woman isn't lesser than. Because sometimes...
It depends on what value you bring.
That is true.
To the union.
Sometimes guys approach me, and I sometimes have to go, let me just check myself to see if I've fallen off. And I don't mean that with any disrespect, but you approach me, I'm assuming that you're serious about this approach.
Jackie, on a date with me, not the camera.
You approach me, and I'm assuming that you are well aware of the type of person that I am, that I like nice things, I like going out, I'm fun loving. And then you come and you're like, hey, I like you, but I want you to change this. Oh, they meet me on the road. And then they say, you know, I don't like going out. And I go, well, you know, I be out. They go, well, you know, I prefer to stay home and I would hope you stay home with me.
I think that's unreasonable.
Sir.
I think that's unreasonable.
It is.
And if a guy wants a girl who stays home, you have to find a girl who already stays home.
Yeah. Date within your criteria.
Yeah. So if I'm out and I see a girl and I don't particularly like the way she dresses, I would never approach her to pursue her.
If you see her a number of times, 5 times, and 2 of the times you didn't like her outfit, but 3 of the times you're like, okay, cool, she's dressed well.
No, because I have expectations and standards. And if my expectation is that my wife shouldn't look that way in public, because I've seen girls in public and they look lovely, wonderful bodies and everything, but I'm seeing the nipples. And it's lovely, it's attractive, it's very sexual, and you know, people who like sex across the board, right?
So
but
they look sexy for sex.
Yeah, but would I want my children's mother to be at a party and her nipples out the door? And when the camera flash a certain way to see her vagina lips? I don't think so.
Is that the type? So you're saying that's not the type of girl that you would approach? Because oftentimes men know that that is the case, and they have their good girl at home, properly, you know, dressed, look good, and then they go out and the girl with the nipple showing is the one that they break up their happy home for.
It goes back to the sport of the thing, and a lot of women feel like when a man steps out, it's because of them. Something I ain't doing, I don't dress a particular way, but he might be with a girl who dress a particular way, so maybe that's the kind of girl he wants, and that's not the case at all.
What's the case then?
The case is men from birth were raised to look woman.
And what was women raised to do? Keep the house?
No, they were raised to do that either. But I'll give you a perfect example. If you and I have young children together, a boy and a girl, the boy is 10, the girl is 9, okay? And the boy comes home one day from school and says, Mommy and Daddy, there's this girl in my class that I like. She named Susan and thing.
Oh, Susan, that's so cute.
Like, who she mother be and thing.
Enforce it.
Right. But if our daughter comes home and says there's a boy at school she like at 9 years old, the response is totally different.
Yeah. What boy you like? Follow your books. You go to school, go look at boys.
Exactly. And there are some parents that tell their sons the same thing, but it isn't the overwhelming majority. Right? So we can't say that man bad, we raise him to be bad.
That is true. And I have a theory that sometimes mothers...
Stick up in.
Okay, cool.
I think we're going to make the same point. Because I have heard mothers boast about how bad their son breathes.
Yeah, like, oh,
Lord, you're going to break their heart and like, watching me like...
I've heard mothers, right? They have their son and the son is maybe 1, 2. And they go, oh, when you grow up, you're going to be a heartbreaker. What do you mean? His father broke your heart and you over here... Yeah. Saying the same thing about your son and you be giggling and gaggling about it.
A little boy. Huh?
It's not your date. I've already dated you. I'm with Amali.
A little boy would be in your friend's arms. 4 years old, your friend lift him up. And he got your titty. And it's all giggles. He like titty, he like girls. But let your daughter sit on my lap and grab his penis.
Yeah.
Party shut down.
Party done.
Finished. So we can't raise dogs and complain about dogs.
Guys, I fight the urge to say that men are dogs, but it's always at the tip of my tongue.
That's who we're raising. Both men and women, fathers and mothers, are raising pit bulls, and then the mothers are turning around and complaining about pit bulls.
It's true. And the dogs
and
back
who is raising our dogs?
The mothers.
Okay.
And the fathers too.
The fathers are reinforcing it, yes.
Reinforcing it.
But the mothers are complaining about these
quiet
dogs.
about it. Rather, let me not say quiet about it. They're not speaking up enough. They are enforcing a lot of the stereotypes. They've experienced cheating. They've experienced like the heartbreak, and they've experienced it. And then their son, they know that their husband brought
and they're covering up for their sons.
Covering up for their sons.
Covering up for their sons.
You know that your son has Susan coming over, and you know Susan is a popular face, and then you see a Jane, and you don't go wait.
Done with it.
Done with it. Like, bye. He bring a next girl, you know, on the phone with she friend. He bring
I can't go with him.
I can't go with him. He and the woman them.
Yeah.
Knowing that she would have experienced her own set of heartbreak at the same hand that is being dealt to this.
So I'm bringing it full circle now.
Full circle.
Men were raised to be dogs by both their father.
In this culture.
By both their father.
In our culture, maybe.
And their mother. Right? And what we want for ourselves in terms of longevity, long-term commitment, build a house, have children, so has nothing to do with what we want for sport. Because when you raise a man or a woman, but traditionally men are the pursuers, the hunters. When you raise a man to hunt, you can't get vexed when he hunt. And the thing is, the only men that can have a lot of women is men that can't have a lot of women.
Simply put.
Because they don't know how. And the guys who find have a lot of women are the guys who were trained to look women and became good at it.
Really good at it. Good at it to the point where nobody in his life holds him accountable. Not his female friends, not his male friends, not his parents. Everybody's just like, bye, Sahibi.
Correct. And I'll give you a perfect analogy, an example of this. I would love to own, what's my favorite sports car?
Ferrari?
I would say one of them old school Dodge Chargers. A 1967 Dodge Charger, supercharged. It's so fast, so they match gas the car really. Right? And that car would bring me an immense amount of joy. But I would never drive it every day as my daily driver. As my daily driver, I want comfort.
A Suzuki Swift?
No, I want comfort.
What do you want?
A nice Lexus.
Lexus, okay. Mac X?
Reliability.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know cars.
She had no idea what I was speaking about. So it seemed like she'd never had an affluent man.
I said that because of the wine. I don't know cars. So
reliability, comfort, luxury, and looks.
So.
But that doesn't mean every now and then I don't want to jump.
What the name of the car is?
The name of the car.
The car that brings you loyalty, luxury, all of that.
A nice reliable Lexus.
Lexus. So the Lexus is the wife at home raising your kids.
That's correct.
And the, what you say, Dodge Charger.
Yeah,
that's the girl. That's the tie that you book hotel rooms for. Weekends.
Razz it out.
Wow.
And then when I finish, I pack it up. Jump back into my Lexus.
And you.
Back in comfort.
Ladies, understand the role of the generation of men that we have to face. Therefore, act accordingly. So,
I'm not saying that is the life that I live. I'm trying to explain why.
I understand the analogy. I understand why you're bringing up that point.
Because you asked the question, why some men have a good woman at home with natural hair,
all the things that he
and everything
wants.
they ask for, but he's still in the club running behind a bus kite.
What?
Right? And I'm telling you why. Also,
like, I've known guys who...
We love whores.
And I guess whores love you guys too, because
if you have a high social currency, yes.
Yeah. They know the money is sure, the social currency is sure, and if needs be, they have more words to give the wife than anybody else.
It's fun.
So, what is a whore in your book? Is a stripper a whore? A girl that have sex with a different guy every night a whore?
That's definitely a whore.
That's definitely a whore. But what do you consider a whore?
That, as well as women who give people the perception that they live X lifestyle when they live Y lifestyle.
What perception? Because if you
The
see
perception like is a
somebody,
good girl.
no, if you see somebody and your assumption is there, they are a good girl from the outside looking in.
I don't want to see
you
anybody and
can't
assume
determine.
anything.
No.
Because who's going to have a look?
Oh, you're proving my point. Whos don't have a look.
They don't.
So you're saying that a girl could look a particular way, act a particular way, and you're on the outside looking in, and simply because you found out a particular fact about her, that's none of your business, she's a whore. A particular fact that she frequents different types of men, she does this for money, maybe she does this for assets, Just throw it away.
If I would say, yeah, he's a baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who?
Because she lived the same life as a man do, but with greater assets.
You can't compare a man life to a woman life.
I'm not comparing, I'm just saying oftentimes men and women can live parallel lives, but the man is considered, he's a,
Because women control access to sex.
Ladies, do not let men dictate how you should rule your life. Rule your life according to your jurisdiction.
I can't have sex with you unless you give consent to it. You are the gatekeepers of sex. So if 10 men are able to have sex with you, it diminishes your value.
I don't agree. And it's not, and
you don't have to agree.
Just for clarity, I don't have sex with 10 men. But
nobody imply that.
I know, just the people in the comments.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
But I think that if a young lady enjoys sexual experience and she chooses to have sexual experiences with a number of people over a longer or shorter space of time, that doesn't necessarily make her a whore. Maybe she just enjoys the sexual experience.
Guess what?
And the guy is the tool.
Guess what, Jackie?
What's that?
Unfortunately, we aren't able to determine what the opposite sex requires of us. And what I'm telling you as a man is that men see that as devaluing.
Luckily, men don't make the rules anymore. Luckily.
Anymore.
Look, men don't make the rules anymore. Men have for eons determined what women can be, how they should look, what they should say.
I'm not saying a man should determine what a woman should be.
I'm saying that they have.
And what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you can't get married unless a man asks you to marry him. So if marriage and family is what you are looking for, you can then use in the same argument, I could do what I want. You can't have the cake and eat it.
Oh, I can have the cake.
Just like how
I can have my cake and eat it.
Nobody can.
Here's why. If you're coming to me as a man and you ask me to be your wife, you should already know what you're getting yourself into. And you should be fine with that if you are taking that dive and that risk.
You're putting the cart in front of the house.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, your past dictates your future. Because if I was to ask you, if I were to, men are interested in women's past and women are interested in men's future.
No, I'm interested in men's past too because I want to know, like, I personally don't want a man who has been a whore.
What is a whore?
In the same sense where a man is frequenting tons of women, okay, let's not say tons, a number of women in a short space of time. A lot of women in a short space of time.
It is not the same.
It should be the same, is what I'm saying.
But it's not.
It should be the same. I look at it the same because I govern my life and I govern the rules under my jurisdiction. And my jurisdiction says, for my own life, that if a man frequents a ton of women callously, that he...
How did he frequent them?
Sexually.
Did he rape them?
No, he did not rape them.
So he had to convince him to lay down in his bed?
No, he did not have to.
So they just had sex with him by accident?
So why is it so?
My argument is women control sex.
That's what governs you over there.
It doesn't govern me. Mind, women, I can't have sex unless they give consent.
That is true.
So
but the man also has to give consent.
But we always want it.
Not from everybody. Not from every girl. Not saying that man will have sex with every girl, but the likelihood, the likelihood of a man
turning down sex is what?
Turning down sex is almost slim to none.
That's my you're backing up my point.
Wait.
You're backing up my point.
Wait, so what I'm saying
What I'm saying is men have to work to get sex. Women do not have to work to get sex. When have you had to convince a man to have sex with you? and wind up
I've
and
never
dine him.
tried.
And wind him. Never even had to try it.
I've never tried. But also,
Never had to try it. How many men can you call right now and say, listen, can you come over later? I need some.
at this time at this place,
How many men can you and they will come?
my catalog is a little short. I don't have a lot of access to men.
I'm not talking about men that you want to have sex with. How many men can you call right now and they will come, whether you want to have sex with them or not?
Dare I say, if I call up somebody right now, they might be shocked, but they'll reach.
Okay. Men don't have that privilege.
According to the female.
Men don't have that privilege.
Okay, you know what? I don't live a man's life, so I'm not going to
I can't just take up my phone. I can just take up my phone and call any girl in my address book and say, listen, I need some.
Same for me. I can't just call up any guy. I can't just call up any guy.
That is not true.
They'll be like, well, what vibe she on to just be calling me?
Let me ask you a serious question then.
What's that?
If I were to call 100 girls and say, yo, come for this, and you were to call 100 guys and say, come for this, realistically speaking, how many women will answer me and say, on my way, compared to how many men will respond to you and say, I'm coming?
That depends on your social currency. Don't get me wrong, social currency isn't all, but it plays a factor in the network that you're trying to build in your life. You understand what I'm saying? Is it up? Your bank full? 1 comma, 2 commas? How is it looking?
Do you answer the question?
I'm going to not answer the question.
Do you think the numbers will be close? So if 74
Depends,
men...
you see, it's nuanced.
If 74 men respond and say, "Bah, Jackie, I come in," you think 74 girls and say, "Bah, come in"?
Depends on who
just
you
because
message.
I ask? No, just random.
Random?
Random. Not women that I know will have sex with me. Random. I take 100 names out of my address book and call them and say, yo, come for this, please.
I feel the same for me.
I can guarantee you.
I feel the same for me.
You feel like most of them will say no?
Will question what is going on with Jacynthia to message me this out of the blue.
Jackie, we're not talking about that. Let's assume we get through all the what going on, like why you calling me and thing. In the end, will they come?
I'm not sure. That's my final answer. I'm not sure. And I'm not going to test the theory either.
We don't have to test it, but I know that you know that you don't get much more numbers than me.
Me? Either way.
Not just you, any woman.
Any woman? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Any woman.
I don't think so.
One thing women are not in short of
is access
globally is but I can give you stats.
Oh, you have the stats, you came with the stats because I don't have them, so I can't even prove or disprove.
One in 3 men haven't had sex in 3 years, not because they don't want to, but because they can't. Because we don't study them.
And what's the reason?
Historically speaking, only 40% of men have reproduced, when 70-something% of women have. So what I'm telling you?
I don't know the stats.
So what I'm getting at is when a man...
I'll put the stats in the comment section.
No problem. What I'm telling you is that... what I'm telling you is that a man has to work for and earn. Women do not have to work for or earn. That is why when a man 100 women...
Oh, this is a PG-13.
I'm sorry.
Guys, this show is PG-13.
I just want to put it to the audience that Minky. That is why when a man lays with 100 women, he's seen as a top G. Mm-hmm. And when a woman lays with 100 men, she's seen as promiscuous. Because men made those rules. What rule? Men made those. No, what is the rule? Tell me the rule. The rule is that a woman cannot be as fluid as a man can be in the sexual realm. Men have made the rules. You know, Jackie was right. It's been a long time since men made the rules. And women still making bad choices. And men made those rules? Men made those rules. That rule was naturally... Women may have enforced it. That rule was naturally derived... Hold on. That rule was naturally derived from the fact that men are the pursuers of women. If it was the other way around, if historically speaking, women were the ones who pursued men, and men control access to sex, the roles will be reversed.
The roles would
But
have
that is not
been
how it is.
So who said that men has to be? Who is the person or the one gender that says women has to be? You know what?
But yeah, women control the sexual marketplace. A man can't have sex with a woman unless she consents to it. And of course, men talking about the man who does take, what they want. Don't condone that, don't support that. We're talking about them there. But in terms of consensual engagements, the woman is in full control. So if you are in full control and anybody could hurt you, has to be what?
Has to be the pursued.
But if you ask any woman, she wants to be pursued.
Because she was told to be pursued.
By whom? Eh?
Apparently you're supposed to serve the lady first. Thank you, Miss Lady.
And who made that rule?
A man, of course.
Oh.
Either
So
way,
so when the rules are in your favor, if a man make it, it's fine.
always in my favor.
Okay.
I love being a woman. You know what? I absolutely love
Being a woman is wonderful.
Wonderful. Although I think men have it hard sometimes. Like sometimes I hear a situation and go, wow, men really be having a tough time.
Men live a very, very rough and unforgiving and sad life.
I can't speak to sad, but the unforgiveness when it comes to men is stark. But their PR team isn't doing a good job for them.
We don't have a PR team, only you do.
Women have a better PR team and women are...
They don't have a better PR team. It's just that when men have PR teams, they are cancelled for saying how men feel.
Because of the way they say it. You can state you can state your platform. You can this is a big debate.
No.
You can state your platform without diminishing women in the same breath. And oftentimes the men with the podcast that be talking about women this, women that, women this, they diminish the women to push themselves up instead of speaking for themselves as men.
When men speak for themselves, they are met with, and I'm not asking you, even when women are presented with factual evidence, statistics about how men are discredited and unappreciated in XYZ category of life, the response is always negative.
Could you imagine they made the rules?
What rules do you speak of? Women want equality and they want equity when it's convenient.
Equity.
I'm just using the words that they use.
I'm not big on equality because I'm not sure that's a very blurred line, but
because equality doesn't make any sense.
Feels like a better conversation.
I agree, but when it's convenient.
When it's convenient for men too. We all see
when do men play victim?
Oftentimes, especially in the father department. Oh, he's not working, he has to think for the family, he can't give in the way a woman can because he's the breadwinner, all of that.
So a man being the breadwinner is him complaining?
No, I'm not saying that it's him complaining. A man and a woman would go out to work, come back home the same time, and the woman's job continues
throughout the night,
and the morning. While the man is...
His excuse is tired from work.
Tired from work, where she's tired from work too. And oftentimes women has to be quiet about it.
Who fought for that? Man made that rule too?
I'm not sure.
Oh, because as far as I'm aware, and perspective, correct me if I'm wrong, that the feminist movement is who fought to get women in the workplace.
After World War, which one of them? And men were shot and they needed work done.
All right, so now it's an issue that you have to work at and look after the children.
It's not an issue.
But you just made it sound like an issue.
No, the issue is not work and take care of the children. The issue is I live with my husband, I live with my boyfriend, these are our children, and I have to come home and take sole responsibility. It's not a shared experience after my 9 to 5.
Pick a better man.
That's a good answer, actually. That's a good answer. But oftentimes...
Why is it that women are so comfortable sticking with a man who's ill-treating you for 7 years to then say man bad? Why? I have many female friends. And there was a meme I posted on the WhatsApp the other day that says male friends would tell you, would be the first tell you, girl, you're an idiot. And my caption to that was, and it still don't make the difference. So many of my female friends have come to me and said, boy, Amali, I met this boy and perspectives and he nice and he this and he that and thing, but he said this, he do this, he do this, he do this. And I would tell them, I said, that doesn't sound like a man who has the best interests at heart. I don't think you should pursue it. And a few years later, we're having the same conversation. And then when they finally get fed up and they're worn out and worn down and drained emotionally, physically, everything, man is dog. Oh, I used too bad, I can't take them on no more, and ting. And then my only response is, it suits you. Because as a man, as your partner, I sat you down and I said, listen, based on these actions, it doesn't seem like this is the right guy for you, but you decide you're gonna give him a chance in February, and then in October, and then in December, and the following March, and the following April, and the following June.
2 years pass.
And then 3 years gone, you got 3 training for him, and you can't find him.
Oftentimes, that man...
Men made that rule too? That you must stick with a man
no,
for
men
10
did
years
not
and
make that
about?
rules. No, men didn't make that rule. And I can say, as someone who has stuck around in situations...
Oh, so you have done it
too? Don't speak for me. Situation...
No, it's a question.
I'm not going to answer it. You're going to hear my response eventually. Has stuck around in situation where I realize that, boy, this ain't it. This ain't it. What? He display this and that quality, and I'm able to negotiate with myself, because often it's not him. Negotiate with myself to say, okay, cool, I'll turn a blind eye to this and be satisfied with this. And oftentimes we're fall in that trap, and then they become bitter after. Luckily,
fall in that trap? Who set the trap?
They set their own trap. I'll give them that.
Okay.
I'll say that about us.
Okay.
They fall in that trap that they set for themselves, and then they turn around and say these things about men. But I can, because I can only speak for me, can rightfully say that I take accountability for times when I have turned a blind eye.
Allowed it to go on for too long?
Allowed it to go on for too long. And then this is sometimes I'm not even upset with the guy when I'm done. I'm just like, just happy that it's over. I'll make better decisions
because
in the future.
Because it's human nature.
It's human nature, but it's also a man's experience. Men will stay in a relationship with a female that they know they don't want, that just because sometimes they don't even have a reason. It's just like, okay, this is familiar to me, so might as well. Men create their own set of dissatisfaction and unhappiness and just kind of like live with it when women speak up about it. And then they have these conversations that basically goes nowhere because, okay, we're going to work on making things better. And then the next day, back to regular programming. Either way, I don't want to debate with you anymore.
How come?
Amali won the battle, but he's not going to win the war. This is supposed to be a date.
It is a date. I think it's going very well.
It's going very well.
Yeah. And I got my juice too.
You got your juice?
I mean, put my chair closer.
Put your chair closer.
Crazy?
Put your chair closer.
You might fall in love. Again.
You might fall in love. You're already. I really love Amali. Amali loves me, you know. Amali loves me. It's okay.
But, however, back to our, because we digressed heavily into several subtopics and sub-subjects.
Sub-subjects, and I can see the comment section right now. But continue.
Sub-subjects. But this whole conversation stemmed from your question about, why man got to go to one woman running after these girls that he claimed that he don't want. And I think I've, brought home that point. It's sport. And just because we don't want something full-time doesn't mean we don't want it part-time. It's almost like your dirty pleasure, right? Eating cheesecake every day isn't good for you, but it's your favorite thing in the world.
And then you just get the diabetes and accept that you need to amputate a limb.
Yeah.
And sometimes, figuratively speaking, that limb is the stress of having to truncate your relationship with somebody that you've built a life with, simply because the cheesecake that you love but isn't good for you cause you to lose the limb, which is your family.
That's a sad reality.
It's a sad reality, and you're miserable because your children prefers their mom, and when they come by you, you don't know how to connect with them.
Can't really say far by. So you're assuming the man wasn't a present father in the first place. Because any man can't connect with the children. You gotta be, he never did.
He never did. Oftentimes they never do. Because the mother is 24/7, while the father is fun every so often. Yeah.
It's true.
A man is allowed to be a deadbeat. A woman, but we're not going to go into that.
Because you trigger me right now, yeah? What do you mean a woman ain't allowed to be a deadbeat?
A woman ain't allowed to be a deadbeat. The moment she's
What
a
do you
deadbeat,
mean?
society, men and women large, she children them. A man,
What?
oh, he don't take care of his children them. And that's the end of the sentence. Either way, let's bring it back home.
What did you just say?
Let's bring it back home. Let's bring it back home. Let's bring it back home.
She just said men are allowed to be deadbeats and women are not?
Yeah. Either way.
Can you please have a follow-up conversation about this, please?
Amali.
Because when a woman gives birth to a child and doesn't want to get up for adoption, she is supported and called strong for making a hard decision. You're telling me really? If you get pregnant today, you have several options. If I'm the father, I have zero say over going out with a child. Zero. Whether I want a kid or not, it is your choice if I get a kid or not. But that's a touchy subject for me, yeah. Touchy, blah, blah, like. I feel sugar right now.
That is true.
And if you choose, to abort, if you choose to take a plan B, if you choose to give the child up for adoption, if you choose to bring the child and give it to your mother, you are supported in all of those decisions. I know there are some dancers that artists who abuse girl and call them cemetery and thing, but realistically speaking, the church is every day in this country.
However, if you as a man...
And they aren't judged.
No. Here's the thing. How often do you see a female condom? Do you even know what it looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what it looks like. Many men do not. They don't even know that it exists.
Correct.
However, they would openly buy, I don't use these things, openly ejaculate into the female and then be shocked that she is pregnant, right? When he had the option of protecting himself beforehand so that he's not left with the non-choice.
I agree, but that's not the argument.
It's not the argument, but it's a part of the argument that needs to be spoken about. It's a part of... You can't leave the argument without speaking about that.
No, if you take the risk, you have to take the consequences.
You have to take the consequences, but you can't speak about the after without speaking about the before. Because before she became pregnant, you had to ejaculate, and if you are the person that is in charge of your life, that fun moment, the 1 minute that it took you to discharge.
But the same argument goes for both genders, Jacynthia. Because when a woman has an abortion, I can't tell you that you must be the child because you know what you were doing.
So
that is sexist.
That is sexist.
So don't be that to me.
And no, it's not. I'm not going to bring it to you. It's if you want a child with a female, you have that conversation about having the female. Because really and truly, it's up to you. It's up to you as the male. You could pull out. You could, the male. You
could have done sex with her too.
You could not have sex with her. You could use a condom. But don't be shocked that you ejaculate.
I'm not talking about the men who are shocked when they find out that the woman is pregnant. I'm talking about the fact that after germination, that's what they call it, other plants.
Germination? I don't know.
I feel like germination is for humans.
No, it's conception. Conception? Something. When the child is a zygote.
Goes to the egg and baby come in.
You call that a zygote. Biology 101.
Right? When that happens, the person that has all the control and power after that
is the female.
But
you can't speak about before.
So whether I want the kid or not, I have no choice.
But that's the aftermath.
But I'm talking about the aftermath.
Yes, but if you as the man...
We're talking about deadbeats.
If you as the man know that you don't want to support a child, or you simply cannot, or you just want the fun
so why don't we use an argument
So
why don't we use an argument to prohibit abortion, adoption? You can't tell a man You know, we were doing to look after the child when we can't tell a woman, you know, you're doing, so you can't get an abortion. And that is my argument.
All I'm saying is, the female's choice
I'm not saying
is secondary. The primary choice was the man,
Jackie,
releasing.
we're not talking about a choice or not have a baby. We're talking about the fact that when a man decides after the fact that he doesn't want to be a father, after conception, after germination.
Okay.
When a man decides after germination that he doesn't want to be a father.
So he changed his mind?
Or does he want to be a father? Right?
No, wait. He knew he didn't want to be a father before the sexual encounter?
Irrelevant. What I'm saying
no,
is...
it's relevant in this case. It's relevant
not for my argument, because I don't want to go out of the argument.
Okay.
Right? If you and I have sex 2 weeks ago, you call me next week Tuesday and say, "But Nally, I miss my period." Right?
Did you come in said girl?
How is the child born?
Did you know that you came in said girl?
Irrelevant.
No, it's not irrelevant. How is it irrelevant that you...
If you allow me to finish my statement, you understand how it's irrelevant.
Finish your statement.
You call me and say, "But Nally, my period ain't come. I think I'm pregnant." You go take a test.
You are.
Book my back. Baby coming. Well, allegedly.
Allegedly.
You're coming for now. Yeah, anyway, but... Right? If I decide, wow, this is amazing news, like, I want to be a father, I love this, like, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter how I feel. You can go to the doctor the following day and say, "Boy, that is your business." I have my life to live. That you're dead. Me ain't gonna wait, me ain't gonna say. All I could do is abuse. And when I finish abusing, ain't gonna change nothing. So if you have that power to determine if I am a father or not, after you're pregnant, why aren't you dragged for that? But if after you're pregnant, I decide I want to be a father, I am dragged for that. That's my question. So it ain't about if I wanted a child, if I had a condom.
So my question is, did you change your mind? Because that would put the nail in the coffin.
Change your mind about what?
Did you want a child initially and have a conversation about having the child, and then you changed your mind, or did you happy-go-lucky ejaculate into the young lady and they said, "Oh man, this is a lot of responsibility, you know." And trying to run. Because those are two separate scenarios. Because oftentimes men want the children and don't understand what goes into raising said child.
And then when they fall to them, they panic.
They panic.
I understand
and then
that,
there are those who, after...
Hold on. So you're saying the fellas that wanted a child or was looking forward to it, realize how a child go, and then it won.
It has happened.
It happens all the time, every day.
It happens all the time, yeah.
Right? What's the difference between that and a woman having a child and deciding, "But this ain't for me, go with it"? What's the difference? Because you are ridiculed for that. If a woman has children, whether the father is there or not, and decides upon herself, "I can't take on this. Mommy, take the baby. Fire station, take the baby. Adoption agency, take the baby. Ministry of Social Development, take the baby." She is supported and called strong. Yo, that's a hard decision to make to get a child. It's responsible of you to decide I'm going to choose the best route. Right, for this child.
But men oftentimes don't choose the best route. They simply ignore, disregard, understand that a child is there that they would have played a part in, and don't even have an honest conversation about whether or not they are equipped after the fact to continue on. Because sometimes it just takes a conversation. The mother said, "Well, you come in to see the child. Well, you know, I don't want to be a part of this child's life." And just stick to that. Oftentimes the guy, they start to talk about, "Yeah, I'm gonna be there, or I'm coming for the child
and then don't
Saturday
show up.
and 12 o'clock and don't show up. Don't show up." That's the part that frustrates women, because it's either you're going to say what it is up front so that I can make my adjustment.
But Jackie, even when they say it up front, it don't change how I treat them. And how they're ridiculed, it doesn't change that.
The ridiculed is external.
the ridicule.
The ridicule is external.
It is not external. It's internal. Too. Because they come from the mother too.
It's external. If you decide as
I
the man
know situations
and the person,
where the man
the female that you are having this child with understands where you are coming from and realize that, boy, hey, what I'm going to believe him the first time.
How often does that happen?
I'm not sure of frequency, but what I can say, and even if it doesn't happen often, many women.
But even if it is external,
don't crucify me.
Even if it is external,
many women understand that really and truly this guy, even before having the child, that this guy really ain't it. He has 3 children before that he has neglected. Why? What makes my child special? Right?
Without a condom.
Without a condom. Right? There are many different twists and turns to the story. All I'm saying is, it's not a conversation of who is the worst party in the situation. It's more a conversation of how the individuals, the specific individuals, deal with the situation at hand.
My simple point, I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And like you mentioned before, there are several different nuances to these situations. And we're dealing with emotions, we're dealing with people's feelings, we're dealing with human beings. Not the situations exactly alike.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is, if after a child is born or conceived, a woman decides, this is not for me,
mm-hmm.
she's supported.
Mm-hmm.
After conception or birth,
mm-hmm.
if a man decides, I don't want this,
mm-hmm.
he's ridiculed.
He's ridiculed. Okay,
regardless of what the circumstances are,
mm-hmm. He's not forgiven for it.
He's not forgiven for it.
Mm. Okay.
I know of women who had children and the mother raised the child. They're in the child life here, on the peripherals, they go for the child life on the weekend, thing, right? But the grandmother is the primary caregiver of the child.
See,
that happens
she
often.
placed the child in the care of somebody who was able to care for the child. Oftentimes, the man leave
Jacynthia,
and he ain't even appoint his mother.
Jacynthia,
he ain't even appoint his uncle.
Jacynthia, even men who give their child to their mother are dragged as deadbeat fathers.
Well.
So it is not about the child being in a better place. It is about the fact that he chose not to be a father.
2 glasses of wine.
Are you no man in this country who does support the children? That does support the children, but the children spends most of the time with the father and mother.
I have a theory.
And they're deadbeats.
I have a theory.
They're deadbeats.
I have a theory.
But women who give birth to a child and the granny is the primary caregiver and she working and whatever, and she supporting the child too. All of the seen as is me best granny in the world.
You know what? I am going to settle this argument with you.
We're not having an argument.
I'm going to settle this date with you've made some great points, and I am not selfish, and I am not unrealistic and delusional about the realities of parenthood and the dynamics that happen, especially in this part of the world. And I can say that I agree with you on some points, but it all starts with the man. It all starts with both parties, and each party have to realize the choices that they make that brought them to a certain point. And
it's more woman though.
One woman? Okay.
You know where I said that?
I'm 29 and I do not have kids.
Hold on. You know where I said that?
I'm 29 and I do not have any children.
You want one?
I would like one, yes.
Next year.
Next year? You and me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But you want me give you an example? I want to say is more the woman. Who are the primary caregivers of children?
Women.
Okay.
In this part of the world. I can't, I'm just saying.
But which part of the world do women don't look after the children?
Just saying. Primarily, okay, fine. The world, yeah.
Globally, okay,
cool.
Right? In the event that there's a union, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a common law or the boyfriend live with the girlfriend or marriage, right? And there's a separation. 8 times out of 10, where the children just go?
The mom.
With the mother, right? And that ain't a rule that was made by man, right? The woman don't want the kids.
Yeah, because sometimes you just don't trust the guy.
Okay, that's a whole different argument. And you're triggering me again and being going down that avenue, right?
Amali, what I'm saying is,
Hold on.
allow me to hold your hand because the wine is.
May I finish my point though? Hold on.
Fine, make a point.
Right?
Wait.
So I'll bring it back full circle after this analogy here, right? If somebody breaks into my house and I call the police come and they say, "Boy, Amali, what happened?" I said, "Back come home and I'm TV gone." The first thing the police will ask me is, how they get into the house? Through a window, through a door, blah, blah, blah. I said, "Boy, they come in the front door." Second question is, what?
Was it locked? Did you let them in?
Was the door locked? And I said, "No, I don't lock my door." And they said, "But Mr. Anthony, like, I understand that you feel safe in the neighborhood and so, but as a precaution, you need to lock your door when you leave in the house."
Mm-hmm.
A month go by, I call them again. Lord, they break in again, I go on my TV again.
Mm-hmm.
They come back, "Mr. Harmony, what happened?" I said, "They break in again now with the TV." The first question I'm gonna ask is, "But did you lock the door this time?"
No.
And I said, "No." When I call the third time, they say they break in the third time. They come in?
No.
Okay.
They
And why is
come.
that?
Because I know the outcome. You did not the door.
The onus is
on you as the homeowner
to protect
what is yours.
What is yours.
Your womb. In this case.
And that is why I feel like even though men and women are equally responsible for rearing of children,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day,
the
who
woman
bears
has
the brunt of childbearing?
the woman.
Act accordingly. It's very simple.
And this brings me back to my first point about risk. If I am going to, if my acting accordingly is weighing the risk. I'm 29, I do not have any kids, I'm very single, and the reason for that is I have not as yet met a man worth risking it with. We are in the event that he passed unexpectedly, that he just decided the child is too
unexpectedly?
Yeah, that can happen. I'm a single mom because the father passed unexpectedly. Right? And
I often tell people, men and women, that you shouldn't have children with people who don't have a strong family support structure.
Yes! Like I don't come from a strong family in the sense where we have family reunions, we have aunties and uncles that are good. But yeah, I don't want to have that. Right? So I want to make sure that the guy that I have a child with has a strong family structure where they have like cousins, and I love the cousin Lise, he's my favorite cousin, right? I have my cousins. I don't have a lot of cousins that I could lean on and stuff like that. I don't have like those family reunions. I want to give my child family. So very much when I look at a guy with the potential of having a child with him, I look at what his family structure is, what his grandparents is. Right? Well, who his parents are, to know if they will, be a significant part, step in if needs be.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. So I'm looking for my child's village because I'm not sure if I'm able to give my child a village on my side, he can at least give his child a village on his side. My side a little wavering. Mommy and family, I love you all.
But it's better.
I love them, but I just letting them know, them watching. People often ask me why I do not have a child and why I'm single. Those people be my mother. And the response is, I'm just not yet ready. And also, I've yet to meet the man that is worth the risk. Either way, right?
But it's better if it's on both sides.
It's better if it's on both sides. Either way, Amali, I think that this date, we covered significant. Oh, by the way, the wine is hitting.
I think it was more like a TED Talk.
A TED Talk?
A TED debate.
Either way, I think it was a good conversation. I think we cover. I see where you are and you understand where I am, especially in the parenthood department. And at this stage in my life, parenthood is a big topic for me, right? So I know where you are, you know where I am. For as an introduction to the conversation. So that's good, right? And when I go on a second date, my glass is empty. This is where you lift your glass and...
I had someone an hour ago.
This is where you lift your glass and clink. We'll drain it out.
Why not to be in a glass for it to clink?
No, we're going to clink with empty glasses.
No, we are not.
Okay, fine.
No, we are not.
All right.
Okay, now we go.
I agree.
You ain't think I'm gonna when you come.
Yeah, the TV.
Ah!
I thought it was drinking Wednesday. What can I change?
Drinking what?
She pretend it.
You were logging your bum. Stop playing me, you know.
You're on a date with me.
Okay.
So we're going to cheers to a conversation we'll discuss. And I enjoy this date. Because sometimes people go out on dates.
Unlike your first one?
I enjoy this date, right? And I'll put you ahead of the first date. Second is also a good position, right? Because we're able to discuss topics that oftentimes people gloss over in their relationship.
Yeah.
And they ask the questions after and not ahead of time. So I'm happy that we had a productive date.
You hung in the bathroom?
Sure.
How was the date? It was much better than anticipated, I must say. I appreciate the effort put into the date on Jackie's part. The outfit, the hair, the makeup, the lipstick. Exceptional.
So 2 dates in, not bad. But hopefully date number 315 is greater.
I am very much deserving of the Charlotte, wherever it is, foundation. Very, very deserving. And from what I understand, there are, I think, 3 dates after me. I just want to send a message to the 3 guys after me that me should just come out the bathroom. So if you still want to go on 3 dates, no problem. The trailer ain't yours.
Perspectives Media.